welcome to the other side of the homestead. So we told you we're going to go ahead and smoke some fish, and we're going to get it canned up. But I want to show you a sauce that right now, especially this time of the year, is really, really good. It's a nice glaze, especially when you want chicken or if you want to use it on fish. This one we're going to use on flounder. So here's how we do that. I'm going to make this, and then as we're smoking, I will go in and I'm just going to brush it onto the fish every so often as I pull it around. I'll have to do that quite frequently because the flounder is so thin. I didn't realize how thin it was until I was taking it out of the package. So no big deal. And you guys know we're doing this because we have several different freezers here. We're an operating ranch and have been for a long time. And so we've got plenty of lamb, we've got plenty of beef, we've got plenty of pork, and we've got plenty of fish. And I apologize because I got some cats that, one, should not be in here, and two, are being mean to each other. So anyway, let's get back to this. So what we're going to do this time of year, mango, this is the best time to buy mango. The mango is just super sweet, it's amazing. And then, so what I did, per one mango, you want one lime. So I've got enough flounder that I'm going to go ahead and use 2 mangoes, and then I'm going to put 2 limes in. So I already cut up my mango and got that seed out of there. So when you squeeze your lemon, just keep the cut side up, and that'll help from keeping the seeds go in there. So just go ahead and do that. And basically, I'm just using a food processor, and so this food processor is going to get everything down into that sauce. And then once that's done, I will take it out where G is at the smoker, and I am going to go ahead and start brushing everything on. Now, I'll pre-brush everything for right now, so I'll have about, 5-7 minutes before I have to do another one. And sorry about that. The mango, that sugar gets on there and it makes your hands pretty, well, this is also harder lemon. So if you have harder lemons that you can't get a lot of juice out of, there's several tricks you can do. You can throw it in the microwave for 5 seconds if you don't have that. I usually just put everything on the counter and then roll it around and it gets all that juice out of there. So we've got that going, which is good. And then we're going to slap our top on. Do any of you ever wonder where I get some of my appliances that I use around here? I try to make sure they're appliances that I can use on the solar system. And we have a smaller solar system that we can actually use that I can plug these into, maybe just 1, 2 at a time, and that tends to work out pretty well. We don't have problems with that draining and all of that stuff. At some point, maybe Gia will show you that. We also have the larger solar system that we're working on. We've got the panels for it. We've got the batteries. We just need to get the connectors. We've said that before. And so we're just going to get that stuff taken care of and then get that up and operating. And then we'll have quite a few things here that we don't have to rely on the system for. So these will all work. And you saw me at one point using the slicer. So I've got a Jenny's. And the Jenny's I got from a commercial kitchen supplier. This one I did too. This is the Waring. And this is also from a commercial kitchen supplier. What I do is I never pay full price for anything. Anybody that knows me knows that I will wait it out. And so I think it was last year or the year before, I don't know, B and I, we were down working on the cabin, and the suggestion came up that we go down to the commercial kitchen place because they were actually going out of business. So they clearanced a lot of stuff out, and man, I got a good deal. So just wait for those. There's also auctions, and you can go to the auction and pick all this stuff up. I've picked up stuff just off Craigslist and that kind of thing for several people that I know, looking for grinders and, you know, the saw, bandsaw and all that stuff. So just keep your eyes peeled and make sure you're shopping those so that you get a good deal on everything. So what we're going to do now that we've put the mango in and we put the lime in, and remember that's 1 mango, 1 lime. I've used 2 of each, and I'm just going to go ahead and blend this, and then we'll head out to the grill. So that's an important step. Make sure you have everything plugged in. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and take our sauce here, and I'm going to go through and I'm just going to baste everything. You would do the same way with chicken, and just go through and make sure you get a nice coat on. I thought about adding some honey to this, and I didn't do it. Just don't think it's necessary. The mango is so sweet. So one of the reasons why G has me doing this, and basically there's some concerns with the electricity, brownouts, blackouts, that kind of thing that are coming up. And we have a lot of freezer space here. So we need to make sure that we get everything preserved and make sure that we're not going to be stuck dealing with last-minute decisions, trying to figure out how we're going to get everything together. So we're just going to try to we're just going to get ahead of things, right? So, which is what I recommend that a lot of you do. Get ahead of it. Don't be stuck in the moment. Because as soon as you go down and you try to get jarred, well, guess what? Everybody else did too. So this is flounder that I'm using right now, and so we're going to put this on the flounder. And flounder is really nice and soft. These are thin cuts, like I said, and so these thin cuts, they're not going to take as long. And remember, we're canning these, right? So we're just going to smoke them. These I'll probably only put on the smoker. They're so thin, maybe just an hour, if even that. I'll just kind of evaluate everything, kind of see where everything's at. Just super simple. Baste it. I'll baste it a couple more times out there. Super important to make sure that your fish stays safe. Go ahead and make sure that you have everything together in the refrigerator, and you want it cold. So you just don't want that bacteria to grow up in there, and that's, that will help cut back some of that bacteria so you don't have to worry about it. Kind of thought about putting honey in here, but I don't know. I'll put some more thought to that. I can always add it to the jar as I do it for that natural antibacterial. So we'll figure that one out. But this is the flounder. I'm going to get the salmon and all of that. I don't coat that with anything. So I'm going to get the salmon ready and get all of that done, and then we'll head out to the smoker. So we're running out of daylight. We were going to wait for the weekend, but big plans are coming up. We have a lot of projects to do. So we started on the weeknights. We'll continue this and keep going, but we wanted to make sure we got some in the smoker so that you could see it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put everything on the smoker. Smells good. So we've got our flounder that is in our mango sauce. You maybe could see our little fire back over here. And then we're going to put our salmon on. So our salmon comes here, and we're canning it. So I did not season the salmon. And G was like, "You're not going to season the salmon?" I'm like, "No." Because I'm going to go back and I'm going to do that when we're canning everything. It's going to be fine. And then this is what I call an ocean salad. I'm not really sure what it's really called. It's got some shrimp in there, some octopus, a bunch of other stuff. So we just throw that in there, and that will get ready to go. Also not seasoned. The flounder is the only thing that's seasoned. Okay, so the other thing I want to let you know, the flounder, as I showed you, I said, it's a lot thinner. So I'm putting that on the end that is not so hot. The fire is over on this side. So what I want is I want the thicker portions to be over here. and don't do what I just did because that sucked. So anyway, that's kind of how it works here, and if you need to come back and alternate and move things around, absolutely, that's fine. So we're going to go ahead and put it on. Because we're canning, we're not going to cook it fully. To cook it fully would be 2.5 hours to 4 hours, and we're just going to go ahead and do maybe about an hour. I don't know, I'll check everything around 45 minutes. I think that flounder is going to be finished before that. I would say probably not more than an hour and a half. Okay, so once we're back up to heat, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put wood chips. Now, I chose apple wood chips, and not, we have mesquite and apple wood, some peach wood, plum wood, that kind of thing. I chose the apple wood because I think it's going to make that nice sweetness to everything. And I think with lemon and lime and that kind of thing, it's going to be great. So let's just explore a little bit, experiment a little bit, and see what goodness we come up with.
Would you stop picking at it?
What are you talking about?
You're eating everything.
I'm a self-proclaimed chef. I have to try it before I feed it to anybody else. Some crab. So good. Alright, guys. So here's the deal. We put that in the smoker after we got everything together. And, oh man, I'm telling you, it's 10:30 right now. So we are going to call it a night. I have to let all of this cool down before I can get it in the fridge. So I'm going to stay up. G's going to go to bed. We've got long days tomorrow. I'll get everything taken care of. Tomorrow we'll come in and we have a lot more fish in the fridge that we have to get back in the smoker, so we'll do that. I thought that I could get everything on that smoker and get all that done, and I could not, so I've got a lot more that I have to do, but we've got our salmon, we've got our ocean medley, and we have our flounder with the mango and lime. This is delicious. I kind of want to make rice right now and just have dinner. So it's late. We'll get everything canned up tomorrow. Alright, so now it's time to take the hot jars out, and we're going to take these hot jars and we're going to make sure that we put them on a towel on the counter. You never want to take your hot jars out and put them directly on the counter. So you just get them out, and you'll see this one, I'm just using jars that I have. Right. So there's the tuna, some more tuna there. Now these are great because you can just take them out. They're already cooked. Just take them out and throw them on a salad or a sandwich, that kind of thing. What is this one? This is smoked salmon. There's good smoked salmon there. Oh, maybe that wasn't. That was the cod fillet. There's the salmon. So nice color. And remember, we don't add, when you're canning smoked fish, you're not adding water. Don't add juice. You know, it sounds strange, but that's the way it works. And you can see, it's got its own juices in there. See it bubbling in there? Let's see. Come back this way. See it bubbling in there and the juices that are there? And the fish is going to soak it back up. Oh, that's a really good example right there. Let's see, come over this way. Real good example right there, all that boiling going on in the juices. So you say, why didn't you put water in there? Well, you don't need to. So I found this really great book, and it's called The Guide to Canning, Freezing, Curing, and Smoking Meat, Fish, and Game. And I just got that at Tractor Supply. You probably even find it online. And so when I went through it, I was really impressed with it. And, you know, Jude's got me working on the freezer, so I thought, why not? I'll go ahead and pick it up and see what I can do, save me some time, save me some freezer space and that kind of thing, right? So I did this and picked this one up. It's really great. I recommend it a lot. So the next deal we'll do some raw packing, and that's going to be a little bit different, and I'll do that one with some flounder, and it'll be fine. So let's see, I shared the book with you, and then told you about the not adding water in there when you're packing the fish. And just make sure you follow the recipes, make sure you follow your guidelines on canning, and if you have any questions, guys, feel free to ask me and I can share any recipes. I don't mind that. So when you're smoking the fish, you want to make sure, so that's one preserved process, right? So then you're bringing that back in, and when you go to can that, you're not adding water into that. So a little bit different than if I was taking some raw shellfish, and if I was putting that in there, then I would want to make sure that I added water, and then I would also add a citric acid, right, or 4 tablespoons of lemon, and that's on a pint. So, and then basically you're canning these for 45 minutes at your pressure elevation. So, real simple, easy to do, and I enjoyed it. I liked it. It gave G and I some time to sit by the smoker and have some good conversation and just kind of fart around a little bit. And so it was all good. So anyway, that's it. That's canning fish. And we'll get on to some other stuff too and show you some things. So I actually did a couple projects at one time. So this is my second day canning, so third day of working. So it's kind of the way it works. That's how it's going to be. So I want you to remember that, because if you have those brownouts and, you know, something happens to your freezer, or say the freezer just dies, or maybe, you know, we lose electricity, that's what they're talking about. So, you know, depends on what's going on. We know people right now that are going through brownouts that are just beside themselves. It's wearing on their appliances. And so that's kind of what got us into this mad little rush to start putting things away, so that I wasn't constantly in the kitchen in the heat trying to do all of this, or outside in the sun trying to do all of this. So that's it. Make sure, on the fish, make sure that when you bring it in, that you put it in the refrigerator. You're going to let that cool down and come back and get more firm. And then when I did the salmon, I took the skin off of it before I canned it. So all of that is in the instructions in this book. You'll love it. Maybe I'll try to pick up a second one. Sometimes these will start going on sale, and I can pick them up pretty darn cheap. And maybe we can do another giveaway at some point down the road with more subscribers. As soon as we get through all of this, we'll do a review of the book and then give you an idea. So far, I like it. I'm going through everything and doing good. So we'll get to that. We'll do that later. So anyway, all right, guys. Until next time, remember, get outside that box. Start thinking outside that box. Live outside that box. And for everything you do, go live a life done free.
Thanks, Milo.